In some Eastern religious beliefs, the concept of reincarnation is fundamental. There have also been modern news stories about people with memories of past lives, making reincarnation a basic belief in many countries. Today, we will use this belief to think from different perspectives to help us stay away from unhealthy partner relationships. Karmic relationships. The karmic relationship referred to here is one where both parties have known each other in past lives and have already gone through deep emotional relationships. The hallmark of such karmic relationships is that both parties carry unresolved emotions, such as guilt, fear, dependence, jealousy, anger, or other emotions. Because these unresolved emotional energies attract each other in another life. But it is impossible to distinguish good from bad at the moment of attraction. The old scenario has to be faced again, so that this time it can be dealt with in a more enlightened way. The spiritual purpose is to give both parties the opportunity to make different choices than in the previous life. In a reunion one night, you will find that the person immediately feels a very strange familiarity with you. Generally speaking, there is a mutual attraction, and a strong energy in the air pulls you together, letting you discover each other. If this opportunity comes, this strong attraction might become a love relationship or a deep obsession with such strong emotions that you might think you have met your soulmate. However, things are not as they seem. In such relationships, problems will eventually emerge, typically involving the couple in psychological conflicts, with dominance, control, and dependence being the main components. Thus, they subconsciously repeat a tragedy from a past life. In the past life, they might have been lovers, parents, children, bosses, and subordinates, or other relationships. However, they always touch the deep wounds of both parties through betrayal, abuse of power, or excessive emotions. Therefore, the most spiritual invitation for souls is to let go of each other, allowing both to become complete individuals, free and independent. The karmic relationships mentioned here are almost never long-term stable and satisfying relationships. They are destructive rather than healing relationships. Usually, the fundamental purpose of these encounters is to let each other successfully let go of one another. This is something that was not completed in the past, but now there is another opportunity to let each other go in love. If you find yourself in a relationship where intense emotions stir up a lot of pain and sadness, but you cannot escape, then you must understand that you are not obligated to stay in this relationship. You must also understand that intense emotions are often related to deep pain, not the love that flows between each other. The energy of love has a very peaceful, relaxed, and inspiring quality, not heavy, exhausting, or tragic. If a relationship starts showing these signs, then it is time to let it go rather than continue to work on it. Sometimes you convince yourself that you must be together because you have the same karma, and you must work things out together, using the concept of karma to prolong the relationship, even though both suffer deeply. In fact, here you have twisted the concept of karma. You cannot work out karma together because karma is a personal matter, as we mentioned at the beginning. This type of karma often requires you to completely let go. Only by completely detaching from this karmic relationship can you experience the completeness of being an individual. The resolution of karma is your own matter. Another person might touch or trigger something inside you, creating a lot of drama between you. But dealing with inner pain is still your personal task and challenge, not that of the other person. You only need to be responsible for yourself. This is an important realization because it is a major trap in relationships. You do not need to be responsible for your partner, and they do not need to be responsible for you. The solution to your problems does not depend on what others do. Sometimes, your connection with your partner's inner child is so deep that you think you are the one to save them. Or your partner might think the same about you, but this is not workable. You will only intensify each other's feelings of powerlessness and victimhood. Instead, if you set clear boundaries and be yourself, it can be helpful. Setting clear boundaries and being yourself can indeed be helpful. Your life goal is to feel complete and whole within yourself, which is the most important condition in a fulfilling relationship. It's important to realize this because it is a major trap in relationships. You are not responsible for your partner, and they are not responsible for you. The solution to your problems does not lie in how others act. Sometimes, your connection with your partner's inner child is so deep that you believe you are the one to save them. Or your partner may feel the same way about you. However, this approach does not work. It will only exacerbate feelings of helplessness and victimhood in the other person. On the contrary, setting clear boundaries and being yourself can actually be helpful. Your life goal is to feel complete and whole within yourself, which is the most important condition for a fulfilling relationship. A characteristic of healing relationships is that both parties respect each other as they are, without the desire to change the other. When they are together, they feel happy, but they do not feel uncomfortable, desperate, or lonely when apart. In such relationships, you offer each other understanding, support, and encouragement without trying to solve each other's problems. There is freedom and peace in the relationship, and misunderstandings may occasionally happen, but the emotions that arise from them are very short-lived, and both parties are always ready to forgive. They have a connection, so they do not take each other's emotions or mistakes too personally because their trust in each other does not easily stir up deep inner pain. Emotionally, both parties are independent. They do not derive their strength and happiness from the other's praise or presence. They are not there to fill a void in each other's lives, but to add something fresh and vibrant. In a healing relationship, the two souls may have known each other in a past life or lives, but they do not carry the kind of emotional karmic burden described earlier. The two souls interacted in previous lives in ways that were mutually encouraging and supportive, as friends, partners, or parent and child, knowing they are each other's soulmates. Therefore, concerning karmic relationships, before we understand ourselves, the so-called karmic partners and soulmates might seem indistinct. Some people overly believe in the power of love to resolve all conflicts and entanglements, thinking it can transform a karmic partner into a soulmate. However, this idea has significant limitations and can even lead to another form of attachment and pain. If someone asks what to do if they start to grow spiritually, but their partner does not change, from a karmic perspective, there is nothing we can do to change the other person. It's possible they will change on their own, and you will grow closer in love. It's also possible they won't want to change, and you will naturally part ways in love. Love and freedom are both essential. Moreover, freedom is the foundation of true love. So, if you feel trapped in a relationship, it's worth questioning whether it's truly love. Understanding the true meaning of freedom, sometimes letting go, is an act of love. A true separation can only be based on love, peace, and trust. If two people part ways because of negative emotions, it's not truly letting go, nor is it possible to let go, because the lessons have not yet been completed, increasing the chance of meeting again in the future. Let's do a simple self-check. If you are in a healing relationship right now, you will feel accepted and support each other in living out the truest versions of yourselves, without the desire for the other to change. If you are in a karmic relationship, you tend to not accept the other's reality, and there is anxiety about expecting the other to change. What is healing? Many people think healing is only for those who have been deeply hurt. Healing is not about curing. It's about genuinely facing one's life, recognizing the emotions and limiting habits brought by past experiences, and then returning to a natural state of happiness. This process of transformation is what healing is. When we can remove the coverings over our spirit and let the light of happiness shine, healing occurs. Healing life is a form of advanced self-care, changing our thought patterns, thereby affecting our mental and physical state, transforming dense, heavy emotions into refined, light thought patterns. This transformation will allow us to establish better relationship patterns in love and family, thereby improving our quality of life